which comes by believing with personal trust comes on Jesus Christ.
When you choose your adventures, you do so with an open heart and a desire for the unexpected. You embark on journeys to
In the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God. The Word was God. Everything that was made through the Word. Nothing that was made without the Word. And God, being the Word, made man in his own image. God spoke his word, and in the flesh his word became flesh, and his word found place in the flesh of man, and man having had been made in the likeness of God, was given the heart by God. The heart was a wonderful work of art, but a hidden work of art, crafted with more than just blood vessels, veins and chambers. The heart was made up of multiple chambers, chambers containing man's hidden thoughts and intentions, for God's intention was to converse with man through his thoughts and intentions, and God saw that it was good. God saw that it was good, and everything was good, not until the heart became a bone of contention. The chambers of man's heart were broken into. The sly serpent had managed to slither into man's heart, boring treacherous teeth into the outer chambers of the heart, releasing his venomous venom to make its way around the heart, through the veins of the heart. And when it got into the inner chambers of the heart, it poisoned man's pure thoughts and intentions, for Satan's only intention was to harden the heart to God's ways and God's word, for Satan hates man with all of his heart. And so it was that man's heart was no longer pure. Over time, man's heart became harder than stone. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth spoke. Pellets and rough rocks the mouth formed. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth spoke. Hatred and dark thoughts the mouth formed. This was not good. God saw that this was not good. God, being ever so good, spoke his word. God sent forth his word in the flesh, to the flesh, to redeem the flesh. For the word of God is living and powerful, sharper than any double-edged sword, piercing even to the division of the spirit, of the bone and of the marrow. See, all of man's ways, parts, thoughts, and intentions are known to God, for man was crafted by God. See, God wants your heart. He doesn't want part of your heart or 3/4 of your heart. He wants all of your heart. So today, if you hear his voice, please don't harden your heart.
In a world of commerce and ever-evolving industries, we venture into the minds of those that run these big companies. On this show, we take you into the human stories of the giants with the vision, that big ideas, and where all this inspiration. Today, I have the pleasure of introducing to you Mr. Pedro.
My story began 1974 in Princess Marina Hospital in Gaborone, where I was born. So I was born, I'm a Gaborone guy, I was born here. I ended up, I did my part 1 here, and then I ended up transferring to Scotland, where I studied my architecture.
Oh, nice.
From here to there. When I first started Cigar Lounge, I wanted to run it for 2 years. I just said I want to try it for only 2 years. After 2 years, then I'm done. I don't know what happened. The next thing, it was 5 years, and I was still in it, and I guess I was enjoying it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people used to ask me, how do you balance the two? Because during the day, you are like at the architectural practice, and then in the evening, you are like at cigar. And a lot of people, like you mentioned earlier, a lot of people don't even know that I do architecture. People just know me as Raskanta or cigar.
I was not going to go there, but okay.
And what was that experience like for you? I mean,
I didn't like boarding school.
really?
I found it really hard. I went to boarding school because my dad was the headmaster of the school I went to, and there was only space for one head in the school, and it couldn't be me. It needed to be my dad.
Right, I'm sure.
So I went to boarding school. It was in the 80s. It was a difficult time in South Africa. It was a difficult time with segregation. It was in Pretoria. It was conservative. I don't like fitting in. I don't like rules. I don't like rules that don't make sense.
Okay, I am Malaria born Malili in Seroe. I am the youngest of 7 siblings. I'm a mother, I'm a daughter, I'm an entrepreneur. Okay. I call myself a creative. I'm also a foodie. I love playing around with food and telling stories through plates.
Africa is circled around wine, Africa, we don't even know enough about ourselves. So through these wines, we can know about injere, dombolo, mokodu, jollof rice, and egusi, and eforiro. So we can bring our food out. We can learn more about ourselves. We can share our cultural differences and similarities because I think we haven't profoundly done wine and art or wine and African history.
Travel, play and inspire. The all-new season of Buhle Bethu is back on your screens with your girl, Nombumelelo Dlamini. Of course, we have a new face in our team, the ever so cheerful Neliswa.
That's right, Bumi. This new face is ready for fun and adventure in the beautiful kingdom of Eswatini. I'm so excited to be part of this show in this season. We are the squad that is ready to travel and explore safely in this new normal, the COVID-19 era.
That's right. Don't forget to post your pictures on your social media pages and tag us. Who knows, we might just join you on your next trip.
Join us and be part of the Buhle Bethu squad as we travel, play and inspire every Saturday exclusive to Eswatini TV.
You can watch the latest episodes of the show on YouTube or download the Eswatini TV app to keep up to date.
Watch local TV on the go with the Eswatini TV app for only 20 emalangeni. Come on. Do the most with Eswatini TV app. Download from Google Play Store or App Store. We're good together.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
Good evening, dear viewers, and welcome to the news bulletin at 8, brought to you by our number one news provider, Eswatini TV. I am Nondumiso Vilagati alongside Nomacabiso Kambule, and here are your top stories. There are over 350 cases of malaria in the kingdom of Eswatini. The Eswatini Public Procurement Regulatory Authority has issued an intention to award Infocast a tender worth 1.6 million emalangeni. A horrific accident involving 2 Honda Fit sedans and a Mercedes-Benz Vienna happened at Nhlambeni on Monday. The news. World Health Organization Health Promotion Officer Dr. Kevin Makatsange says as the winter season approaches, an increase in COVID-19 cases can be expected. Dr. Makatsange urges Maswati to continue adhering to all COVID-19 protocols.
Slight increase in the number of people who test positive to COVID-19 in the country. The World Health Organization Health Promotion Officer Dr. Kevin Makatsange says the number of positive cases is expected to continue increasing as the country draws closer to the winter season. In some countries, there have been fear of the fifth wave of coronavirus.
We still need to actually adhere to the personal measures that are proven to work. if you are actually where there is high risk of transmission, you make sure that you wear your mask properly, you wash your hands, you also social distance. Those things, they are still important. And on top of that, also the issue of vaccination is still very, very important. Because as we might see that the COVID, yes, the cases are coming, but they are becoming a bit milder as compared to when we started with the first wave, the second wave, and the third wave. But still, you never know. You might get the COVID, and you might be the only person who gets the severe disease, and then end up getting complications. So let's continue to be vigilant. Let's continue to actually protect ourselves, even as we are heading towards winter. My message is that as we are heading towards winter, let's continue to protect ourselves. No one is safe until everyone is safe. No one is safe until COVID is no longer circulating. As long as it's circulating, we need to maintain actually that high level of vigilance and protect ourselves. And the most important thing is we need to get vaccinated so that even if we get the COVID, we'll get milder disease, and then it won't actually end up with complications.
Since Monday last week until Monday this week, 192 eMaswati tested positive to COVID-19, while there were 2 fatalities in the same period. 6 are currently admitted. For Eswatini TV News, Fortune Dlangamandla with Mbonga Dube Mbabane.
There are over 350 cases of malaria in the Kingdom of Eswatini. This has been revealed by the National Malaria Program Health Promotion Officer Kapsile Nhlengetwa, who says had things been their way, these figures would be far lower. Nhlengetwa says as the world commemorates World Malaria Day, they see this as an opportunity to change their strategies to ensure that the disease is eradicated.
The world commemorates World Malaria Day. The Kingdom of Eswatini is taking it as an opportunity to reflect and look at new strategies to end malaria. This has been said by National Malaria Program Health Promotions Officer Kapsile Nhlengetwa, who says the number of malaria cases in the country are way higher than what they would have wanted them to be.
Live la kangwane solo lisekuwo umgomo wekuthi lincobe malaria veva ngemnyaka wa 2023 so sisese kuwo nje umgomo siyagijima sithokophele khona ukuthi kube nga 2023 kube sekude umvulo oguliswa ngimalaria veva even kodwa ke tinombolo tefu tebamfula bana malaria veva bang 292 laba ma local cases na 103 laba ma imported cases.
Nhlengetwa also outlines some milestones achieved by the country in terms of fighting malaria.
Imitholampilo yonke yala kangwane iyakhona kumtesta iphindze imelaphe malaria veva noma ungaya kumuphi umtholampilo lokhu bafike bakwende, and then bamfuke labaguliswe ngimalaria veva siyabalandelela bonke, sibalandelele emakhaya labakhona khona, siphinde sibahlole nasemimangweni labahlala khona ukuthi banayo imalaria veva. Lokunye ke ukuthi kufutha kwethu cishe kuyenyuka kule minyaka, kuya ngekwenyuka sesicishe nje sitifutha tonke tindzawo letinayo imalaria veva, and nebantfu ke bayasibambisa emangweni bayavuma ukuthi sibafuthele.
To commemorate World Malaria Day, the World Health Organization encourages countries to urgently scale up innovation and the deployment of new tools in the fight against malaria. For Eswatini TV News, Temgosi Mavimbela with Mbonga Dube, Mbabane.
The Eswatini Public Procurement Regulatory Authority has issued an intention to award Infracast a tender worth 1.6 million emalangeni. This tender is for the supply of concrete sleepers to Eswatini Railways. Infracast has won the tender with South African company Colossal Products coming second.
Infracast has successfully bid for an over 1.6 million emalangeni tender. This is for the supply of concrete sleepers to Eswatini Railways. This tender was issued by the Eswatini Railways through the Eswatini Public Procurement Regulatory Authority. The local company was competing against companies which included Colossal Concrete Products, a South African company. Colossal Concrete Products had made a bid of over 2.4 million emalangeni for the tender. In evaluating the tender bids, Infracast came first with 79.6%, while Colossal Concrete Products got a total of 75.68%. Now that the intention to award is out, companies that wish to have a review of the process have 10 days to file their grievances. Other business opportunities open to companies include the supply of a railway weighbridge at Mpaga. This tender closes today. Other tenders closing this week are the supply of farming implements to the National Maize Corporation. The deadline for submissions for this tender is on Wednesday, 27 April. Meanwhile, businesses have until Thursday to bid for a tender to supply vehicles to nature. For Eswatini TV News, Temgosi Mavimbela with Mbongwa Dube, Mbabane.
A horrific accident involving two Honda Fit sedans and a Mercedes-Benz Viano happened in Hlambeni on Monday. Two of the vehicles were left in flames as a result of the collision, while one was damaged on the front bumper. At the time of compiling this report, 2 people have been reported dead.
Shock is an understatement when describing how some Hlambeni residents were left after they witnessed a horrific accident on Monday around noon. Eyewitnesses who did not wish to be on TV said the accident happened after a Honda Fit coming from Ngwane Park direction attempted to take a right turn at Hlambeni. As it was making the turn, a Mercedes-Benz Viano came from behind on the right lane in a bid to pass the turning vehicle and hit it in the front in the process. The Mercedes-Benz Viano then collided with another Honda Fit head-on, resulting in both cars being engulfed in flames. Chief Police Information and Communications Officer, Superintendent Pindile Vilagati, explains more.
iHonda Fit ke benebantu labane ekhathi lokufaka ekhathi umshayeli kani kuMercedes bekungumshayeli yedvana kule Honda Fit ke bamixwe esibhedlela bobane labo bantu lababili babo bafike ba confirm udokotela ukuthi sebashile emhlabeni lokufaka ekhathi yena umshayeli kani ke umshayeli weMercedes usalashwa siyathemba ukuthi utoba ngcono sachubeka ke nalolu phenyo kubona ukuthi ngabe ingoti ibangwe yini.
At the time of compiling this report, Fire and Emergency Services personnel had already moved the cars from the road and tried to remove the oil leaks on the road. For Eswatini TV News, Temgosi Mavimbela with Mbongwa Dube, Hlambeni.
The Roman Catholic Church will even this year continue awarding school fees bursaries to less privileged pupils. According to the Church Communications Officer, Father Ncamiso Vilagati, in previous years, pupils who benefited from the goodwill were over 100.
Catholic Church will on Tuesday kickstart the exercise of selecting less privileged pupils who are to benefit in its school fees bursary program. The church's spokesperson, Father Ncamiso Vilagati, says the school fees for the selected pupils will be paid by the parish characters through the office of the bishop. Those who will be awarded the bursaries will be selected by the church's 17 branches across the country.
The bishop may say each parish is to give him 10 children, meaning that, in Swaziland or in Eswatini, we have about 17 parishes. If we say 17 parishes times 10, times 10, it means we may actually support about 170 kids. But that's not necessarily the number. That's not the actual number, because there may be people who may actually need more help from the office, the bishop's office itself. So we are not really sure of the amount. This bursary is not actually, it's not guaranteed that it can be 100%. It will depend on each and every situation. For an example, you find that some other schools, they are more expensive than the others, it depending on the situation where they are. So we may say we want to support them by giving them
that bursary for school fees, only to find out that it's not just school fees that the children need. Their children need more than just that. So the church cannot actually come to an actual amount of money that will be given to them, but it will depend on each and every individual as long as we find out along the way.
The bursaries are open even for people who are not members of the church. The effort by the Roman Catholic Church to pay school fees for less privileged peoples is in line with the Sustainable Development Goals, goal number 4, which is quality education. For Eswatini TV News, Fortune Dlangamandla, Mbabane.
Dear viewers, and now take a short break. We'll be right back.
Using an ATM is a simple process. You simply insert your card, punch in your PIN, and withdraw your cash. However, this simple process can open up you and your finances to some dangers. So it is very important that you proceed with caution when using the ATM and never share your PIN. When approaching the ATM, it is very important that you have your card ready, either in your hand or in your pocket, so that you do not waste time going through your belongings, either your wallet or your handbag, as this will give opportunities for thieves to act. Thirdly, put your money away immediately. Don't give anyone an opportunity to grab your cash or your card after a withdrawal. Lastly, always take your receipts after each and every transaction. It is important that you get your slip after every transaction because it contains crucial information about your balances, and that may lead you to be a victim of bolandela. Be cyber aware, be cyber smart.
Why should we pay our TV license?
The content on our local television is actually more up to date. The industry is enhanced. It is a criminal offense not to pay your TV license and attracts a fine of 500 Malaria or 6 months imprisonment.
And the industry is definitely blooming, ladies and gentlemen. So that's what we have for you. But we'll be right back just after the break, and we'll give you more of Mystery.
Pay my TV license. That's why I can enjoy the benefits of an enhanced industry and keep track with recent transformation.
Ma, who pays for a TV license and what are they paying for?
The owners of TV set and gadget with a tune like DVD set have to pay.
Pay your TV license at NetBank with the details provided on screen. Or use your cell phone via the mobile money pay. You could also visit your nearest post office and pay there. Pay your TV license via Eswatini Mobile Imali. Any TV device retailer can purchase a license to trade. Pay your TV license and enhance the industry.
Welcome back. You're still watching Eswatini TV, and for your sports news tonight, Eswatini Boxing Association President Webster Lukhele says the association is proud of the national team after collecting 6 medals in Mozambique during the Zone 4 Games. Lukhele says this is indeed a sign that boxing is growing in the country. Lukhele was speaking to Eswatini TV Sports in Mbabane.
Eswatini Boxing Association sent 9 boxers as a national team to take part of the Zone 4 Games in the Republic of Mozambique. The country was able to record 6 medals in the games.
Lengingakusho nje ngiyajabula kakhulu iperformance yemabhoxer ethu lebeka eMozambique kakhulu badlale kahle nje impela because
the association's president Webster Lukhele says out of 6 medals, 2 of them were silver medals while the other 4 were bronze medals. Lukhele says it is also another achievement to see a female boxer being able to get a medal for the country.
Big kakhulu ngiyalibona ke likusasa kakhulu ka boxing eSwatini lokusesiqalile ukuthi siphume singene etindzaweni le boxing ibiyele ebantwini.
Part of the team, Zweli Dlamini was able to return home with a silver medal, while Thabiso Dlamini recorded a bronze medal. The two boxers stand a chance to represent the country at this year's Commonwealth Games in Birmingham. For Eswatini TV Sports, Fabrice Msonera, pictures sourced from the Boxing Association.
High Commissioner of India to the Kingdom of Eswatini, Radha Venkataraman, who also serves as the patron of Eswatini Chess Federation, says even though she will be leaving the country to head back to India for other duties, but she will, in her own capacity, ensure that the development of Eswatini chess continues without neglecting the ongoing relationship between Eswatini Chess Federation and All India Chess.
High Commissioner of India, Radha Venkataraman, who is also serving as patron of Eswatini Chess Federation, says even though she'll be leaving the Kingdom of Eswatini to head back to India and serve in another country, she will remain committed to the development of local chess. The patron says she'll continue in her own capacity to ensure that the relationship between Eswatini chess and all Indian chess keeps on growing.
But meanwhile, I will continue to stay in touch with them. I have already ensured that they have signed an MOU with the All India Chess Federation, who is going to continue, who is committed to help Eswatini Chess Federation to grow. And I, from India, in my personal role, will try to continue to stay in touch with them and help them in whatever way I can. And I wish them all the very best, and I wish the youth and the children of the country to learn and prosper and be one. Who knows, one day they can be also international chess masters. So that's my best wishes to them.
The High Commissioner concluded applauding the Eswatini Chess Federation for the support they gave her in ensuring that she takes chess sport to the new heights. For Eswatini TV Sports, Fabrice Msonera, Mbabane.
That is all we have for tonight, but before we wrap up, we'll take a recap of today's headlines. There are over 350 cases of malaria in the Kingdom of Eswatini. The Eswatini Public Procurement Regulatory Authority has issued an intention to award Infocast a tender worth 1.6 million Malangeni. A horrific accident involving 2 Honda Fit sedans and a Mercedes-Benz Vienna happened at Nhlambeni on Monday. That brings us to the end of our news bulletin tonight. Up next is the weather forecast for selected towns. Good night, Eswatini.
Lutsandvo lusekhona tinyembeti letesula umphalo lokukhatsateka lawetfula alunamgomo lofana nemfula lukheleta busuku nemini imini iletha litsemba nebusuku bekukwethena nibucocele letivutsa sigodzi sonke tindzaba letishisako telutsandvo vula ntfombi ngifake tetsembiso ngikufunde ngelibusatsa lelicobetela mine nawe.
Are you happy with the intimacy that we share?
What's your biggest fear? I just want to thank you for being a loving husband.
And I've said this many times before, but you've got my heart and you always will.
All the best love stories have one thing in common. They go against the craziest odds, and every love story or journey is beautiful. Don't miss these Swazi love stories every Saturday at 5:30 p.m. exclusive to Eswatini TV.
Impela mfana bantfu sengifikile futhi ngijike ngaphandle kwale yakho